Hi everyone, I'm Emily Carta. I'm the staff librarian over at Brooks Free Library, and I'm here today with Emily Milan, our assistant director, to do a little bit of a summer wrap-up and then to talk about one of our really exciting collections that we've been expanding this summer. So let's actually start with that because that's really fun. I brought a couple things with me today that you may not know that we have. So typically when you think library, you think dusty books, DVDs, maybe a couple puzzles. Libraries are actually renting out more than just that these days, and they're calling it a library of things. So if you come over to Brooks and you look on our shelf on the second floor near reference, you'll find a turntable, we have a GoPro, we have a car code reader where you can check why that check engine light is coming on in your car. These things are all free for you to borrow, just like a library book would be. So all you need is a clams card, and you can come in, check most things out for about 2 weeks, and then bring it back to us. There's, again, no cost for using it. If you don't see something that you would love to see in there and you want to try it, just put a request in at our website at brooksfreelibrary.org on the Library Things page. And Emily, do you have anything else about the...
Oh, yes, I just want to mention one of the other things that we brought with us today was our bullet journal kit. We have created some craft kits as well. So I think we have a spirograph, and we have a calligraphy and brush lettering, all different art kits, as well as our baking kits, which brings me to a challenge. I have a challenge for Emily Carta and Jamie. I'm going to challenge you to a literary baking contest. We have a new pie baking kit, was one of the kits that Emily added this summer. And I just read a great Alice Hoffman book. I didn't realize that she wrote some young adult novels as well. I've really enjoyed her adult novels, but I picked up one of her young adult novels earlier in the summer, and there was a recipe for apple pie. So my daughter Sophia and I are going to borrow the GoPro, and we're going to borrow the baking kit, and we want to challenge you to a pie baking contest, or a literary baking contest. It doesn't have to be a pie, but you and Jamie versus me and Sophia.
We will definitely have to do that.
All right, great.
We're absolutely going to do it. There's an Outlander cookbook that I think probably has a good pie recipe, or a meat pie recipe.
Yes, so the rules are going to be that you do have to make a video, and you have to bring it in for a taste test with the staff. And it has to be literary related. So you have to, your cookbook, your Outlander cookbook would be perfect. We're going to bake the apple pie from Alice Hoffman's new YA novel. All right?
That'll be really good.
All right, good plan. So if you haven't checked anything out from the Library of Things, as Emily mentioned, there's a page on our website that lists all of the different kits that are available, or you can come in, head upstairs to the second floor. If you need help finding the collection, just check in at the reference desk and they'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah, the other thing to say about the Library of Things too is some of these items, you'll just see the box on the shelf and you'll want to bring the box. So like for the GoPro, if you see this on the shelf, you're just going to want to bring it down to circulation, and then we'll go get it for you from the back office. We keep things back there just because there's little parts and pieces, and sometimes they can go rolling if boxes are opened up. So if you see this, you know it's in. If you don't see it, that probably means it's checked out, but feel free to ask anyways. It could be that it just came back today and we just haven't checked it in yet.
All right, great. And these are non-requestable, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
So you can't put any holds on them, unfortunately.
All right, can't put holds on them, but if they're available on the shelf, they're yours for the taking. I think it's 2 weeks for most of our items.
Yep, most things are 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we'd love for you to give them a try. Like Emily said, if there's something that you're interested in seeing in the collection that we don't have yet, we're looking for ideas, and you can suggest those through the Library of Things page on our website.
Yep. But summer wrap-up.
Oh yeah, it's been a busy summer.
It has been.
This is the first time we've been in the studio all summer long because it's been so busy, and we're really loving all the new changes in here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous in here now. But so for the end of summer, we know that you've been cleaning out your personal libraries, your car, your beach bag, and you're finding library items to return. You can drop off library items at any Clams library. It doesn't have to be returned directly to us. So if you're staying in Chatham or if you're staying in Bourne, you can drop it off at Eldridge or at the Bourne Public Library either. And it will find its way back to us. We're all part of the Clams network here on Cape Cod and on the islands. So everything does go in delivery and gets back where it's supposed to go. If you have any books that are overdue, feel free to call us. We can renew it for you. Overdue fines are very minimal. And at our library, we're not so concerned about fines. We're more concerned about getting the item back. We would love to continue circulating it. So if you can return it to us, that's great. Even if it's been lost since last summer, we're happy to get it back. And that will actually reduce the amount of fines you see on your account from that bigger bill, which may be, $15, $20 for a full replacement, to a more manageable $3, which that's way under the $25 limit that you have. So you can kind of just let that sit if you want. That's totally okay. Other summer things to look forward to is Anne is going to be wrapping up the Children's Summer Reading Program. So there's still time to get your slips in. Please do if you have been reading. And you can always head over to the Youth Services Desk if you have any questions about that as well. They are more than happy to help you there. We have a great team over there who can answer all your questions about children's books, what to read next, give suggestions, help you on the Homework Center computers, get you ready for the new school year, which is starting soon.
Summer reading for school, if the kids haven't wrapped up their summer reading or they've lost their book or they need help finding something, they're ready to help with that. Yeah. And she still has some fun programs going on for the last couple of weeks of summer as well. So take a look at our calendar online to see what all is going on.
Yeah, and as we slide into September, look for our adult programming kind of making a little bit more of a comeback. I know during the summer it's more family focused than it is in the off season when we have a lot of programs for everyone. But in September we're going to have some special events for Climate Preparedness Week, Climate Prep Week. So if you guys have heard that term floating around on social media, please look out for our calendar that's coming out soon and for our flyer that's going to be on the circ desk. We will have some special programming. We may have a meteorologist come speak at the library. So there's going to be a lot of fun things for that. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And our book groups have been going strong throughout the summer, but as Emily mentioned, when we get back into the swing of things in fall, our music series will return. We'll have our monthly music series, so you can keep an eye on the calendar to see what musician or group will be featured each month. And we also have some fun stuff planned with Voter Information Committee around civic engagement and civic activity here in town, so we're excited about that. But first we're going to wrap up summer and enjoy Labor Day and the Cranberry Festival in September, and then we'll get back in gear with all of our great adult programming after that.
And we're going to be open for the Cranberry Festival,
We will be open this year for the Cranberry Festival. Typically the library has been closed, but we had some parking available last year, and we decided that would be nice for people to be able to come in and pick things up. So we'll be open for the Cranberry Festival in September.
Yeah. All right. And for those of you going off Cape, or if you just don't want to come into the library one day, you can always keep up with us on our podcast, Brooks Free Library Podcast. You can find episodes on our website or on your favorite platform. I know we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, so just look up our name. We tend to not really have a plan, but if you know Jamie, she's often at the reference desk. It's Jamie and myself who run the podcast, and we do bits and pieces of info about what's going on, what we find interesting. So please take a look at that if you would like.
I know I found a lot of good book suggestions through listening to the podcast, so it's always nice to hear what other people are reading and to get an idea of what's out there that maybe hasn't shown up on your radar yet. So thank you for doing that. We mentioned cleanup at the end of summer, and I just wanted to see if maybe we want to throw in some information about book donations, because we tend to get a lot of book donations throughout the summer and this time of year as people are kind of cleaning out and going through things. So do you want to mention some of our requirements?
Yeah, actually we put out a newsletter too recently that had a big kind of expanded list on what we look for when we're at the desk and we're going through those books with you. So if you want to look at our newsletter archive, it's on our homepage at the bottom right-hand corner, and I think it's about 2-ish weeks ago at this point, but you can take a look there, and I'll also probably post some of the same information on our book donation page. But more or less, the things that we are looking for are books that are in like-new condition, that have been printed within the last 5 years. Those tend to move the best on our shelves. Don't know why, but that's just how it is. If it's a hardcover book, it needs to have that paper jacket that goes around it called a dust jacket, and that part does need to be in good condition as well. So if it has any major rips or stains on it, then that may be a reason we can't take the book. And no musty smells or anything like that. If it's been stored in an attic for a while, even if it's in really good condition, unfortunately, we can't accept it, because sometimes stuff like that does spread, and sometimes it's also an indication of mold, even though you can't see it. So we don't want to endanger the collection downstairs in the bookstore or the collection upstairs in the library. But if you have any questions, you can look on our website under Make a Donation. There'll be information there. You can also call the circulation desk at any time, and one of us will be happy to help you. We do ask, though, for any donations, please bring it to the circulation desk, and don't leave it outside in front of the book drop or put it in the book drop, just because when it's outside, it kind of becomes a tripping hazard, and then in the book drop, our book drop fills up like crazy during the summer. We run down there all the time. We have volunteers going down, staff. So we really do need that space for library items. So if you could just please bring it to the circulation desk. If you have trouble getting it out of your car, we are happy to come help you. That is part of the job. It's like lifting 40 pounds, I think, is in the requirement. So we definitely can come help you with that. And if you have a larger donation, more than about like 2 boxes worth, I would say call us ahead of time. We may be able to get you in touch with the friends who run the bookstore and see if someone would be willing to come out, or to help you like preemptively weed over the phone through things that maybe we know offhand that we can't take. But that's book donations.
Yeah. And we really do welcome those book donations. Our book sale room and the profits from that book sale room go to pay for a lot of our children's programming throughout the summer. The Friends also use those donations and that money to help support our collection development and some other things as well. So we really do appreciate those and welcome them. We just have to find a way to do it in a manageable way for everybody. We don't want you dragging in boxes of books if it's, and not at a time where we can go through them with you. So we want to make it easy.
Our shelves are really
We want to make it easy for everybody. All right.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for summer wrap-up. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call circulation. It's extension 1 when you call the library. And that's it. We'll see you next time.
Take care.